Welcome to Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative and holistic solutions to better health and wellness through intentional living. Now, here's your host, Marsha Roopchand-Walker.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today on another episode of Health Coach for Women, a podcast where we explore alternative solutions to better health and wellness. And I am your host, Marsha. Now, today I have a fun topic, an interesting topic on passion, right? But before I get started, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And I just want to say thank you in advance. All right. So I have a quote for you. And this quote, passion will move a man beyond themselves, beyond their shortcomings, beyond their failures, by Joseph Campbell. I like that quote because you gotta have passion, right? You gotta have passion in what you're doing, and that's why I want to talk about for today's topic, right? I want to get into that path to fulfillment, right? Making your passions work for you. You know, a lot of people go around in life doing their jobs, doing their everything, doing a lot of different things in life, just merely existing and not really truly living, um, because they have no passion. There's no passion, right? Of course, many people are working in jobs that they're not really satisfied in. And so you're just finding a way to make it through life, right? Make it through life and make it through the day, make it through the years, and so forth. Um, but what about having a real path to fulfillment? What about having true passion, right? Because your passion will lead you to your purpose, right? Your passion will eventually lead you to your purpose, and can also become your new profession. So I want to talk about that, right? Finding that path to fulfillment. What about identifying your passion? How do you identify your passion, right? So explore some things that you like, right? Explore some things that you discover and what you truly love, right? So what is it that you like? What is it that pique your interest? What are some things that you're into? What are some things that help you feel fulfilled, right? And so that's the question you need to ask yourself. What are some things that give you joy? What are some things that really get you excited and motivated in the morning when you wake up, right? For some, it may be your family. For some, it just may be waking up. For some, it is their jobs. It is their careers and what they do, right, for a living. But whatever that is, you have to find what your golden nugget is, right? You have to find what makes you feel fulfilled and with joy, right? And excitement. And you can find that when you really take the time to really reflect, right, on the things that matter and what's important to you, right? And so, and what you do is set some goals, right? You set some goals for that path that you're looking for fulfillment, right? And it gives you passion, right? It gives you that spark, right, in life. Setting and learning how to set goals that's aligned with your passion, right? What are some things that you can do that help you set goals that's aligned with the passion, with the things that you care about, with the things that matter to you, right? And so remember that we have to set smart, achievable, and realistic goals, right? We need to be able to do that. And you can do that carefully and strategically, right? And some people say, well, you know, you shouldn't have a strategy or whatever, but for different people, it will be different ways to do it, right? Um, you got to find your niche. You got to find your thing. What is your thing, right? What is your thing, your why? What drives you, right? And 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 with that, what is it now, even when you're trying to accomplish something, right? And when you're trying to find and discover something and you haven't quite found it yet, and or right, you get frustrated, right? You ask yourself these different questions, what am I doing wrong? What is it? Why is this not working for me? Why is this happening this way? It's important to know that obstacles are going to occur, right? It's important to know that uh, even if something that you're passionate about, right? Sometimes in life you're going to encounter obstacles. You're going to encounter obstacles, right? And it's learning how to really maneuver through that, right? And be able to become resilient and learn from the challenges that you face in life, right? It's part of life. You're going to encounter obstacles. And when you're so close to discovering and getting close to the reality of things really happening and manifesting for you, sometimes you will see that things will happen to like throw a monkey wrench in your program and kind of set you back, right? But it's only to set you up for success, right? It's only to build you up and to set you up for success, right? Failure is a part of success. So don't be afraid to fail, right? Failure is a part of that success because through failure, we build resilience. Through failure, we build the willpower, right? And the determination, resiliency, as I mentioned, but learning what not to do, learning from your mistakes, learning from your failures, right? And learning how to just move forward and embracing and allowing yourself, giving yourself some grace, right? So that is important. Now, what about balancing, right? Balancing passion along with practicality. So what do I mean by that, right? Um, you can um, you can pursue your passions, right? While maintaining simple responsibilities, right? Like keeping a job, um, managing your career, still being able to have and build relationships, right? And obligate to certain commitments, right? Also learning how to set those boundaries for things that is not aligned with your own goals and aspirations, that doesn't fit, that it does not align with you and who you are, right? Learning how to set boundaries, right? You don't always have to say yes to everything, right? You can say yes, but you can also honor your no's, right? You don't have to stretch yourself so thin, because of course, our wellness, our mental wellness is important, right? Our self-care is important. Our own health and well-being matters and is important, right? And when you are on that journey, when you're on the journey to that path to fulfillment um and find a way to find your passion, discover your passion, right? You'll make transitions, right? You can transition from a different career, right? You may find some people may find themselves going from job to job, right? The because something is just not clicking, something is just not right. Like you find these different jobs and they're just not hitting it and cutting it for you, right? Because there is something different. It's not giving you that passion. It's not giving you that fulfillment. It's not giving you what you are looking for. Yet you may not even know the answer, right? Yet you don't know the answer to what it is. What is your true passion or what is your true purpose? But once you can really find your passion, it would help you and set you up to align you for your purpose, right? And so think about that, right? So don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to take risks, because the only thing is when you choose, right? When you choose to stay in um, the fear mode, right? And when you choose to uh, when you choose not to take a chance on yourself and to really do the things that's important to you, you're really suffocating yourself and your potential. You're suffocating who you are meant to be, right? You're suffocating yourself. And and you don't want to do that, right? Do you really want to sit back and dwell on what could have been, what you could have done, what you should have tried? You don't want to do that, right? We always try to just stay in this safe zone rather than trying to get out of our comfort zone, right? And I talk about this all the time. For me, doing video was like, oh my gosh. And even now, I still mess up sometimes, right? Um, it happens. But I'm much more comfortable now being on camera than before. Much more comfortable. Now, if I'm doing a live or something like that, will I get a little nervous if I feel like I'm going to trip on my words or something like that? Yes, I do, but I still push forward and I go through anyway. And sometimes I do fumble on my words, right? But I still keep moving forward. I still keep pushing forward. For me, um, doing my podcast is something that I'm passionate about, not just for myself and what it does for me, what it can do and benefit others in some form or fashion, right? Maybe there's something that you can take, some type of nugget that you can get from me, right? Along the way, something very simple, something very maybe life-changing, maybe something inspirational, whatever it is, right? And so for me, I'm passionate about what I do, right?
If you are struggling with health issues like chronic pain, being held back by past traumas, or feeling overwhelmed and hopeless, please know there is hope. There is help. Transcendence, a woman's guide to healing and self-love for better health, happiness, and abundance, is a blueprint to help you get your life back and reclaim your health. Within its pages, you'll learn how to elevate your existence by shifting your mindset toward the positive, focusing your energy on what's really important, using gratitude to feel deep appreciation, changing your gene expression through epigenetics, building resilience, and living in a state of flow, feeling love overflow within. Go beyond an ordinary life. Transcend. Buy it now.
So I enjoy doing my podcast. I enjoy sharing ideas on health, wellness, self-care, because it's so important. And this all stemmed from my own personal experience. And this is how I got started, right? From my own personal health journey. So you have to find a way to find that path for you, uh, in order to have that fulfillment, find that passion, right? Find that thing, find that thing, and make that thing your passion. Of course, you have to feel it, right? You feel it. You'll feel it, and don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. You may have an idea for something, right? That you're strongly passionate about, right? And somebody else may not see it, right? Friends and family may not see it and understand it, right? So would you let that discourage you to stop you from pursuing something that you see, the vision that you have? No, no, you don't want to do that, right? And so many people have come up with such great ideas and such great business models, businesses, and and foundations and organizations and ideas and innovation concepts of different things, that it all began with a thought, this idea, and that people thought it was crazy, right? But it's working now, right? But it's successful now, right? And the same ones that they called crazy with the crazy ideas is reaping the benefits and serving others on a major scale, right? Making a major impact. So this is what I'm saying. So um don't be afraid to step out and learn, right? Because education and learning is important. It is essential to your growth. It is essential to help you along the way, right? And helping you to find and discover your passion, right? And it helps you to maybe make some refinements, right? On certain things. Um, and still having, and the next thing I like to say is also being able to maintain motivation and momentum, right? And sometimes you can hit, it's just like a writer, right? Even for me, when I was working on my book, Transcendence, right? Um, for me, there were times that I had writer's block, right? And there were times that everything was just flowing because it was just flowing and it was just there. And so when those ideas come, I don't care if it's 2, 3 in the morning, pull out your phone and your notepad and jot them down wherever you may be. Jot it down because sometimes you'll forget, right? And so all these little tidbits can help you along the way. Stay motivated, stay focused on what it is that you want, right? Stay focused on that. Um, and feel free to share your strategies, right? Share ideas, bounce ideas off of other like-minded people like yourself, not people who are not where you are and may not see the vision or may not have an understanding, right? Um, so you want to, of course, share with your ideas and strategies with like-minded individuals, right? Where you can keep the enthusiasm going, right? So being able to do that, and that can come from networking, right? And that can come from networking, right? Having a community where you are building and sharing ideas. And it's important to have a network, right? It's important to have and build a network. Um, Again, with those like-minded individuals who can provide you not only a sense of support and inspiration, um, but can also create opportunities, right? Can also create opportunities where you guys can help one another out, right? And can be of service to one another, okay? And the most important thing, which I've touched on a little bit, is health and well-being, right? It's so important that we always make sure that we are making our health, mental health, and physical wellness a priority. I can't stress that enough. So how that matters. And sometimes we can lose focus because when we're so into what we're doing, we're striving, we're so passionate about this project, or we're so passionate about whatever this is, this thing that we're focusing on, right? That we can kind of lose our way a little bit, where we forget to eat, right? And we so into it, and we're working on these ideas and concepts and all of that for hours, right? Without taking a break, without eating, or without taking a break to stretch and do exercise and movement and things like that. I've done it. Hey, I got both hands up. I've done it. I've done both, right? Um, we have to remember that our wellness, our mental health, our physical, all aspects of make up who we are is important, right? Taking care of the mental, physical, spiritual, financial, uh, all aspects of that wellness wheel. I've talked about the wellness wheel, making sure that we are keeping things in balance, right? Or harmonious, right? Having a harmonious lifestyle. But I want to touch on also intention, have an intention, right? That's important. So, in whatever we do, we should set intentions. We should always set our intentions on doing our best, and making our intention like really with strong conviction and belief, and believing in ourselves and who we are and what we want, what we desire. Okay. And so that takes a lot of mind work. It does take a lot of mind work, a lot of mindset shifts, a lot of uh, eliminating limiting beliefs, right? And learning how to operate from a place of abundance rather than a place of lack. Okay. And and so this is what we must do, right? This is what the path of finding of path to fulfillment, and learning how to make your passion work for you, right? Learning how to make your passion work for you, because again, your passion leads to your purpose. Okay? And so I'll just go do a quick recap, right? Identifying your passion, right? Identifying your passion, finding things that you like and your interests, right? Setting goals that's aligned with your passion, right? Overcoming obstacles, right? Uh, Becoming resilient, okay? Balancing your passion with practicality, right? Uh, Also setting boundaries, right? Transitioning in careers, that's possible, right? Making those transitions, learning how to integrate passion into your daily life, right? Learning how to do that, where it can either be through hobbies or volunteer work, etc. Okay. Um, Continuous learning and education, right? Continuous learning and education, because that will only help you to improve and gain more knowledge and insight on the passion and the certain things that you desire and have interest in. Also, the next one is maintaining that motivation and momentum, right? Uh, Being able to find strategies um, for your passion, right? Being able to stay enthusiastic and persistent, right? Networking and community, that's important. Networking and community. Setting your intentions, right? Setting your intentions. We need to set our intentions with clear and convicted beliefs. We have to believe, right? And so that falls under the category of mindset. And health and wellness, okay? Making sure that we maintain our health and wellness, because it's a priority. We need to make sure that we are putting our health first, because without that, what can we do? We really can't do much of anything. And so that's why, for me, this is important, that sometimes, people are paper chasing, right, for different reasons. But we do also need to make sure that there is uh, a balance, right? Where we are making sure that we take care of ourselves in the process, because we know that stress, right? High level stress, chronic stress is a silent killer, and it leads to illness and disease. So we want to make sure that we are managing our stress, right? That is very important. And so that is all I have for you today. I just wanted to cover that this topic on passion. And I hope that you've gotten something from it. But until next time, bye for now.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Health Coach for Women with Marsha Roopchand-Walker. If you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.